everyone, and welcome to Small Town Big Business, a podcast about doing big business in small towns. I'm your co-host for today, Deb Barnett, and I'm also the Executive Director for Southern Illinois Now, where we focus on economic development in the 17 southernmost counties in Illinois.
And I'm Russ Williams. I'm Director of EThOs, Small Business Incubator, Co-working Spaces, Training and Development here at the Citadel Building on Tower Square Plaza in Marion, Illinois. We want to thank you for joining us, and we want to thank our sponsors. Couldn't make this possible 100 plus episodes without our sponsors. So thanks to Arcadia Wealth Group, Banterra Bank, Black Diamond Harley Davidson and RV, Fowler Heating and Cooling, Southern Illinois Now, the Swinford Media Group, Union Street Arts, and of course the Watermark Auto Group Foundation.
So Russ, do you ever have those people when you walk in a room, they just make you light up and smile? They just automatically make your day better.
They're great, yeah.
So today, our guest is that person for me.
Awesome.
I've never told her that. But you walk in a room and Syhemia is just smiling. She's always upbeat. I'm sure you have your down moments and down days. We all do.
Yeah.
But you just light up a room and light up a place. And we're going to talk about how that plays into your business too and how it got started. So first of all, Syhemia Gray.
Yes.
Honeybeez Snowballz with Z's on the end. And we're going to talk about how all that got started, how your kiddos are involved, all the things. We're going to dive in. Okay. But first, tell us about you, where you're from, and how the business got started.
Okay, well, my name is Syhemia Gray. I'm originally from Kankakee, Illinois. I came down here about 20-some years ago for education. I originally thought I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Okay.
But that quickly changed. So I ended up going into education. So I ended up getting a bachelor's, and I ended up getting my master's in curriculum instruction.
Very good.
So now I'm a special ed teacher here in the community.
And you went to SIU Carbondale. You may have said that.
No, I didn't say it, but I did go to SIU Carbondale.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're a fellow Saluki. Go Dogs.
Yes. Once a Saluki is always a Saluki.
Yeah.
And you asked me, how did Honeybeez get started?
That's right.
Well, I was a mom trying to keep kids occupied during COVID-19.
Okay.
So my kids are really bright. They're very intelligent. So it takes a little bit more to keep them engaged. And I'm not a TV person. I just won't sit back and just watch TV or sit and watch the internet. That's just not me. I'm always been a person to be outdoors. So, and being in Southern Illinois, I take advantage of that. So one of the things that we did do, I was given the task of encouraging the youth during COVID-19. At the time, I was still teaching, so this was a separate thing. And we got involved in TikTok. So when what we were doing with TikTok, we were doing random videos. So one was like getting them active outdoors. Remember, I said I don't do inside. So we were skating and doing random TikToks. And then one was in the woods where I just like started, I did like a little effect of bubbles. Like you didn't expect them coming out. But it was basically encouraging the youth, saying, hey, get up, feeling good, like I should, walking around the neighborhood. I don't even know that song. Sunday's Best, right?
Okay.
So we basically danced to that song, and the bubbles were blowing. And we actually won a 50-inch TV from that.
What?
Yeah, we did. From the women's shelter.
It's a good bonus.
Yeah. So didn't know that was going to come from it. But anyway, so after I was done doing my duties with work, I still had to figure out ways to keep these kids engaged. So I was like, you know what? Let's do something with some math and science. And I just like really dealt with my childhood a little bit. Like, this is my children's childhood. They're going to always remember this. So I just kept thinking about my childhood. And when I would go out of town to go visit my family in Chicago, where I would go, they would have snow cones. Well, snowballs. That's where the term come from, because it's a New Orleans style snow cone.
Okay.
Interesting.
And
I didn't know that.
How is that?
How is it? New Orleans?
Yeah.
Well, New Orleans kind of stuffed their snow cones with stuff, snowballs with stuff. basically like candies or like whipped cream. Cheesecake could be one. So it's like
You
a
got our
loaded
attention.
Yeah. And which one of these did you bring today?
Yeah, no kidding.
You didn't tell me you wanted that now, but I'll tell you where you can find me.
Oh, there you go.
Come on now, all of our guests bring samples. Come on. We forgot to put that note in.
Yeah. And what else? What else are they filled with?
Just like random candy. So some of my events, what I experimented with was like jelly strips, sour candies, and then a candy from Chicago. It's like a gummy ball, and there were different colors. So we had blueberry, green apple, pineapple, pina colada, and we was just like loaded in there. So like I would do like a promotion, like, hey, if you do my survey, you'll get a little treat in your snow cone. And a lot of people, they love that, and then the kids especially love that. Another thing that loaded with would be a sucker. But I couldn't keep suckers in a food truck with kids. That wouldn't work very well. So, what else do they have? Jawbreakers could be one. Airheads could be some.
So these are snow cones, but to the whole
that
other
sounds
level,
great.
right? Whole other level.
Yeah.
But you mentioned math and science. So in part of the work with your kids, did that sort of evolve then into, well, let's create a business out of it? Or how did the business then get started?
Well, I was doing the paperwork part of it because I don't know, being a teacher, you got to have something in fine print. You have to find something to follow. It's a lesson plan, you know?
Yeah.
So I was building that, and I was like, hey, you know what? I needed to figure out the measurements. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to get this amount for a 12-ounce cup, 16-ounce cup, 20-ounce cup? However it goes, I'm like, okay, so how many pumps I need to do that? And then I had to measure the pumps. I had to go and research how many pumps can... which pumps and how much they give out, how many ounces they give out. So then we had to convert that with my oldest daughter because she was a little bit older. And I told you that she got the top student in Algebra 2. So we did the measurements, and we had to figure out the ice. So we had to break it down and put it all together. So we had to make a little chart of this much ice goes into this much once it's crushed, and then this much syrup goes in there to top it off. So we did that, and what did Naima? Naima did this. She did the bees. She was doing the drawing because she was more of the age group that was still into the coloring and everything, and she still does it.
So those who are listening just to the podcast might not know what you're pointing to. Those that are on YouTube will see that you have your T-shirt on, and it says Honeybee Snowballz, and then it has this honeybee on it with this beautiful face, and it's all colored in, and that was your daughter that created that, and that became then your logo, your brand for your company.
Who came up with the name?
Well, actually, it's a little bit of family history with that.
Yeah.
My grandfather, which was from... Well, I know my mom was born in Memphis, Tennessee. I don't know exactly where he was from because I know he met my grandma in Mississippi, so I don't know if he was from there or not. But this bee resembles my grandfather. And remember I told you I was dealing with a lot of youth things in my past. Before my grandfather passed away, I was going back to school in 9th grade. It was a summer that I took care of him. So in Chicago, there's the South Side, so down close to downtown area. My sister lived in the complexes next door. Are you familiar with Chinatown?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my grandfather lived in Chinatown.
Okay.
Right past that highway is where my sister lived. So I would get up, and I told you I'm from Kankakee. So I would take the Amtrak with my bicycle and go up to Chicago and to take care of my grandfather. These were his last days. So I would go and take care of him, go clean up his house, and make him flapjacks every day. And I was like, hey, Mom, what is flapjacks? I didn't figure out what flapjacks was until, He told me what they were, but I didn't experience it until I went to the Smoky Mountains. And have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen the restaurant called Flapjacks?
Yeah, the cabin. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So now I have to take that's one of my things on my list to do with my mom is to take her to have flapjacks in Tennessee.
There you go.
She was born. But anyway, so I would take care of him and go on over there. Now, my grandfather migrated up from down south, and this bee resembles him. So if you look at the eyes on here, they're hazel. My grandfather had colored eyes. And my grandfather also was a masonry. Like, so he would do things in mason jars. Like, he would always preserve things. And honey was one of them.
Oh, good.
So, and my mom used to keep like jars and take them to him in Chicago when he would, and when she would go visit him. So that's kind of like me remembering all of that.
So it's carrying your grandfather with you. And
it's a great memorial.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And for those again who are just listening, they can go to your Facebook page. Yes. They can go to, is that primarily where folks go to find you?
They go to Honeybeez Instagram, and then I had a number too that they can contact with.
So they can go there and see the actual bee that you're talking about.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes.
There you go.
So your company started 2019, 2020, around then, during COVID and everything, and it's a food truck, right? From the very beginning, it's been a food truck, or did that come a little later?
I started with tables and tents at my church's picnic.
Okay.
And my pastor, which is now a bishop, he's like, hey, I think you're onto something here. And I'm just like, I was just doing something, to contribute to my church.
Sure.
And so another one of my friends had invited me to like a little small business thing, like when we were doing like soft openings and everything was still outdoors. Yeah. So she's like, hey, come on over and do this. I'm like, oh, I'm scared. I don't know what to do here. Okay. And she's like, just come on out. So remember I told you I was doing it with my kids. So I'm doing all this math. So I come with the teacher cash register machine. The big red ones? The red ones that got the little bell that goes out when you open it. So we were working and operating off that. So they were able to learn the calculator numbers and everything. And people just gravitated to that. They just loved it. Like, we would get so many compliments just for seeing kids working and seeing how they did things, know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I know of your business because you've come out and support Boys and Girls Club of Southern Illinois when we had our reopenings, I think both in Carbondale and Marion. And so how important is that for you to be in those places? Because you mentioned church, the community, of course, is very important too. So are there certain places that you just I will be there, no doubt. I'll support this.
I'm glad you pulled that out. I am a teacher at heart, and that's my professional job, career. So the littles always get me. Yeah. They always get me. Kids, just seeing their faces light up when I'm doing something, or then when they see my kids doing something, and I see some of my students, some of my old students, and they come and see me like, Miss Gray, you're here too. And I was like, yeah, I'm here too. And then when I go back to class and I say, well, just like you see me out in the community, my work never stops. So you just like you see me doing it, you can do the same.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So definitely having a leader that looks like them and knowing that they can do the same thing. They can be as successful. Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
How do you balance it all? Full-time career teacher, and then every time I turn around, you're at a different event
she
throughout the region.
She has a little energy, I can tell.
I can tell, right? She does. She lights up a room and she brings that energy with her.
She says she doesn't sit in front of the TV. I get that.
I understand. Yeah. But career, business, family, of course, not in that order. I think family comes first for you, but how do you balance it all?
I feel like God is my help with that. He gives me the strength to do it, because some days it is harder to get up and keep going, but you just pray and say, hey, God, I really need your help today. Yeah. I need your help. Give me that extra boost. And it's fine. Once you get over the hump and get started, you're going.
We'll talk about those challenges because small businesses have a lot of challenges, especially at the beginning. Can you think of 1 or 2.
Ooh.
We don't like to remember those, right?
I mean, but they're lessons learned.
Oh, absolutely.
And I make sure that I tell my daughters, like, as we're going through them, I kind of like talk them through them, like, hey, this
good.
is what's going on. This is what's at hand. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
You know, I would say what I said about the camper at first. When I bought the first one, it wasn't even registered in Illinois. So just getting that big part of it and getting all that registered.
Yeah.
So getting titles created at that point.
Right.
And it was so old. It had like 4 or 5 numbers with one letter as the serial number. You know, VIN numbers are very long.
Yeah.
But this was like 1 or 2, and then like finding out, like researching and finding out where that could be. So I guess I can tell you about this. So the tongue on the camper is where it was, right? And I said it was very old. So there's rust and all types of stuff. So I had to redo that. So I added a group on Facebook that was just specific to these trailers, the Shasta Compact. And 53, to be exact. And the Shasta Compact, I had asked the question like, hey, where would I find the serial number on this thing? Because I had to go back to DMV and register it. They said, you can take chalk and rub it across the tongue.
Someone's done that before. It's a common problem, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah.
But who would know that's something that you would go into?
Yeah.
So getting that register was one. Another challenge is getting everybody ready. Getting everybody ready. It's like, you do this, you do that, you do this.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. When I'm rushing, I find my stress levels to be very high.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the nicest. But it's imperative to give yourself time, plan ahead, do what you can ahead. And that's where it's very important to pay yourself. Because you put so much time into it.
Yeah.
So you have to pay yourself.
Good.
I have pulled off with the camper still plugged into my house.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cannot tell you what type of loss that is.
How many times can you do that?
I think I've done it twice.
Yeah.
And another challenge is learning to drive and park it and back up.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a skill.
Yeah.
That is. That's a semi-truck driver.
That is. That is.
That's
Yeah.
great. Thanks for sharing those.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
So you went from the tables and tents and just at your church, and then other people saying, "Hey, come to my event or whatever," to your first food truck, and now you've expanded even further from that. Talk about that progression and some of those decisions, like what went into those decisions to grow and expand.
As time required it, it was warranted, which meaning I had 3 kids when I started, but then I ended up having the baby boy. So needing to have more room for them in there, more people were booking me. Different contracts was made.
So it was a necessity.
It was. It was, and indeed a blessing as well, because I never knew that it would take off like that. But to have a contract with a university, that's multiple, as a matter of fact, because I have contracts with John A. and Shawnee College, and I travel all around. So those were huge steps there. But then also, studies show that if children go to colleges, they'll most likely attend a college. So when I'm at college, when I'm at universities or these local colleges, my kids see that. They see those events as well. So I'm there at like Saluki Self-Care Day it's important to take care of yourself. And I don't know how much I can say and that needs to be recorded, but I do hire people certain times to do more of those busy events. One girl I hired, she had just went through something really big, and I hired her for the Saluki Care Day. I know she needed that at that point, and she was in between not knowing if she wanted to go to college or waiting on it and blah blah blah. But when like to see her light up when she's there, and then go to the different activities, get the stuff that the students are getting, I know that she feels a little bit different about college. It's okay. College is fun, study, better your career, but it still can be fun too. Just know what priorities you have,
Yeah.
This is more than a business to you.
It is. It is indeed a calling for me.
Yeah.
Because I never knew, who knew that I would have these type of people that I would employ.
Right.
And a lot of the events that I have done just this summer alone have been with the Healing Illinois grant, where it's basically just, I guess, healing Illinois after COVID and everything else, bringing community together. I can't tell you how many events that I've done for them. What that entailed was like a community fair, letting you know what are the resources that are available. One thing that I did not know is how to administer Narcan. Well, me going to the community fair, I'm like, you know what? I probably should have that. I go to a lot of different events. And first responder, kind of in the classroom, we still have first aid kits. So,
Right.
And I have
know.
a first aid kit in the food truck. Just different things like that. So the Healing Illinois grants, I've done that with the community fair. I've done the Art Explosion, where they invited the community to the newer park on the east side of Carbondale, Addicts Park. And they just had all type of art events, and then they gave away toys. They gave away water toys, and that was a new park that they just had made there. So that was pretty cool. And I served snow cones and hot dogs to the kids in the community, and that was amazing.
And their favorites, right?
Yes.
Their favorites. I'm a big
Yes.
believer that people support businesses. So you have a great business, you have a great product, but they really love supporting the people behind the business. And I think that's why when you show up, and I mentioned this at the start of this interview, when you show up and your personality and your smile and your authentic reason for being there is to give back to the community, people feel that. And they want to be a part of that, and they want to bring you into their event. So I think that's a big part of your success as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a relevant question on that topic too. And so I can tell family is core for your business, right? And then the community services too. But a business needs to make money also. And sometimes that is hard to balance. How do you do it?
How do I do it? Well, God provides. I'm going to say that. Always. But it pays for itself, though. I'm at a point where it's paying for itself.
Yeah.
So,
Not worried about it.
no, not at all. Just I don't know if you know about the situation where I just lost someone went in my car, stole my Apple Mac Pro,
No?
2 iPads,
Oh.
iPhone 16, business phone.
Oh.
I was doing business with my kids, information, birth certificate, social security cards.
Yeah.
Stole it all out of my car.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, out of my car. Gone. So I need to make up for that, right? Well, those are not cheap,
Yeah.
but God provides.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
He provides.
Yeah.
And I've gotten half of it back,
Yeah.
and it's not even been a month, so
That's
I
good.
don't worry about those things.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you provide a great service to the community, and as I mentioned, people love supporting you. They love having you at their events. I love hearing how all of this got started. What would you say to someone else who's thinking, maybe they have a business idea or they want to do something with their family, their children like this? What would you say to them? What advice would you give to them?
I would say take an inspiration, go ahead and pray for it, put it in action, and just do it. Just do it. There's nothing to wait for. The time is now. Whatever you're going to do it now.
Yeah.
Good advice.
That's good. Is there other things that you want us to talk about? Because this is really for you.
I don't know. Funny stories, I guess.
What's the funniest story from? No, seriously, I will back up and actually. Or do you want to ask that question?
No, go for it.
Yeah. So Russ asked about, lessons learned and that sort of thing with the challenges. What's the funniest thing that's happened when you've been out at an event?
Oh, Lord. Okay. I was getting a new awning on my food truck. Mm-hmm. And it had just been put on, and I was going to an event. I was pulling up at a school. I was about to serve teachers snow cones after their parent-teacher conferences. And I go to roll it out, and it gives like a butterfly wing thing. I was like, oh, okay, well, honeybees turned into a butterfly.
So things don't always turn out exactly the way you think they will.
Yeah. So I had to call her back, and she tried to figure out what it was. And she talks about how the awning was, since it's so old and antique or whatever. And I love that for honeybees because it's so original. Like, I don't know, it just brings in all ages. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like there's campers that like to go camping, and I love to camp. That's another. So I feel like I'm camping every time I pull up somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, we need to get you in this little spot. Okay. All right, I'll be camping on the basketball court on SIU. That's cool. So that's the random places that you park. When people yell at the parades that we're in.
So you participate in parades as well, and that's to raise, I assume, to raise awareness of the business, support the parade, but then you also probably set up after.
Yep.
Okay.
We've done Very Merry Marion Parade. We've done the Lights Fantastic in Carbondale. And we set up at those different events as well. So when we're driving, when we're in the camper, and the people come around, and we're like singing the Christmas carols in the food truck, and there was somebody that, we love honeybees, and the girls was like, they really like our snow cones.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that's pretty funny. Different events. Sometimes the events, the kids' faces when they're serving people.
Your kids, yeah.
Yeah, because their customer service, they get a lot of compliments on their customer service. But those late night events, those concerts can get a little wild.
Yeah.
So people will come up. They'll come up and they'll be like, can I have 6 hot dogs? He's really hungry.
Yeah. He's really hungry tonight.
So we'll have like these little jokes. And one was like, well, that's a very hungry caterpillar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So just seeing their faces, the little bloopers, I guess.
Yeah.
I love that you've done this for yourself, for your children, for your community, honoring your grandfather. There are so many family pieces into it, or part of it. What is your overall why? Why you keep doing it?
I'm enjoying it. It doesn't feel like work to me. So I found my niche.
That's good. That's great. And how could people contract with you and get you at the events that they're planning?
Well, they can reach me on my Facebook at Honeybeez Snowballz, and that's HoneyBallz, and then Snowballs, Snowballz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honeybeez Snowballz on Facebook. That's probably the best way to get me right now.
Do you ever say no when someone calls?
Sometimes I have to say no, but that's not that. No doesn't mean no forever. That just
I was hoping you
now.
would say that though, because I can imagine with all the other demands, again, your career, your family, all of these events, it would be sometimes I'm sure you kind of feel a pressure to say yes, but you do have to set those boundaries and say no and still protect your time, your family. And so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not necessarily always going to be no. It's just a not now. Something's going on, so I just can't do it right now.
Not this date, but another date. Very good.
Very good. Well, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Thanks. It's been
Enjoyed
great.
it.
And you lit up the room as normal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so good. Well, we want to thank everyone for watching and listening to the Small Town Big Business podcast. And we want to thank our sponsors for really caring about small businesses and entrepreneurs and supporting us. And thanks again to Arcadia Wealth Group, Banterra Bank, Black Diamond Harley Davidson and RV, Fowler Heating and Cooling, Southern Illinois Now, the Swinford Media Group, Union Street Arts, and the WAG Foundation, the Watermark Auto Group Foundation.
Very good. And again, you can find us on your favorite podcast platform. Over 100 episodes now. And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. We love sharing this information and all of these great stories, resources, tips, all the things with everyone. So again, I'm Deb Barnett with Southern Illinois Now. You can find us at southernillinoisnow.org.
And I'm Russell Williams, Director of EThOs at the Citadel. Please go to our website, ethosmarion.org, and join as a community member, which is free, but you'll get updates about what we do, small business incubation, training and development for small business and nonprofit owners, and also the co-working spaces. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Have a great day.